Hello and welcome to another Doctor Assistant 1 video. And today I'm doing a review review thing. Just a look over the Doctor Who magazine, official magazine, the 50th kind of special version of the magazine and stuff. I've never picked up one of these before. I'm so glad my mum picked this one up for me when we were at Morrison's this one time, because this is definitely a must-have for any Doctor Who fan. You know, I was intrigued by the front cover, which isn't that hard to believe, because it is very eye-catching. You know, even if you're not a Doctor Who fan, you've got all these vibrant colours and that's just for me telling you what it would probably be like if you weren't a Doctor Who fan and you saw this, especially if it was obviously on display that way. But obviously, some places they display only the spine, which, I guess in kind of bookstores they would have it, but in retail, sort of supermarkets and retail places, they usually have them like that and stuff. So yeah, front cover amazing. Back the same, you got all these different monsters from over the 50 years, the 5 decades of Doctor Who, and the same on the inside. Just absolutely amazing. A must-have for any Doctor Who fan, definitely. Here you got the sort of a Stephen Moffat page where he answers Doctor Who magazine readers' questions, or I guess whomever, he picked their questions and then answered theirs in these kind of column section with a picture. Gallifrey Guardian, which is much, I like the name because it's kind of like, the Guardian we have here on planet Earth. And I just like the seal of Rassilon is kind of the logo. It's just got info on this person being in Series 8, Frank Skinner, to guest star in Episode 8 of Series 8, I guess. So yeah, and then just more Gallifrey Guardian sort of stuff, more again, and that's just information and stuff really that I haven't really read in depth, but this is the major bit of the content of the magazine, which is the first decade, first 10 years of Doctor Who, the 1960s. You got a quote there, you got screenshots in the way of a movie reel kind of thing, like film reel, and that, which I really like. Bubbling Under, which is a column of all the episodes that didn't make the list, but from 20 to 11, so it just didn't make the final kind of cut. You got an overview, 2 sort of paragraphs summarising the overview of that first 10 year of Doctor Who. You got 10, The Enemy of the World, 9, Dalek Master Plan, 8, Dalek Invasion of Earth, 7, Mutants, and then 6, The Evil of the Daleks, so very Dalek-centric. And you got nice images to go with the episodes they're on about, / screenshots. 5, you've got Invasion, which is Patrick Troughton's story. I haven't seen any of the Patrick Troughton or William Hartnell stories, so I can't really give my opinion on these ones. 4, you got Tomb of the Cybermen. And then these are voted by the readers from who have voted, I guess, on a web page poll or something like that along those lines. Power of the Daleks, and then Web of Fear at number 2, and then number 1, without a shadow of doubt, The War Games. I've heard nothing but good comments about this episode. Batman March has reviewed it, and many other YouTubers have reviewed it, much like give a shout out to Who Addicts Reviews, who review this episode and definitely like it. Obviously, you'd be barking mad not to like the episode. It's apparently, a must-have, or must-see. The 1970s, which is definitely regarded to pretty much all Whovians of any age, really. I'm only 16, and even I would class, the 1970s as the golden age of Doctor Who. You know, because you got two of the best Doctors, really. You know, yeah, okay, I don't particularly like Jon Pertwee that much, but I do definitely like Tom Baker, and that quite a bit. Yeah, you got a quote there, same layout basically, you know, movie reel kind of screenshots, Doctor Who logo there. I don't know if that's actually any different on the first one. Yeah, it's different now, so they do show a difference in the logo there. Again, 2 paragraphs about the era overall, quote there, bubbling under, again, column there. 10, this time you got obviously a lot varied stories, not just Dalek themed or anything like that. So you got Ark in Space, Deadly Assassin, which I do have and really like, Seeds of Doom, 8, 7 Inferno, 6 Terror of the Zygons, I'm getting that episode, 5 Robots of Death, 4 Pyramids of Mars, 3 Talents of Wang Xiang, 2 City of Death, and 1, without further ado, you know, Genesis of the Daleks. Then into the 1980s of Doctor Who, which is where it kind of went downhill for Doctor Who, unfortunately, and that with Colin Baker, and that because during his tenure the show was axed and brought back because there was a massive outcry by fans, even though most class Colin Baker's as the worst sort of era of Doctor Who. His era, not him being an actor, but the sort of stories and the set design, and just generally you could tell what the BBC were running low on the budget, you know, considering that in the 1970s, was it? Yeah, 70s, 10 years before, you know, they were having, you know, way better episodes, you know, ones that they could set abroad, you know, and in these ones they could barely even fund, you know, things that were in studios. But again, same exact layout. 10, Survivors, 9, Enlightenment, Revelation of the Daleks, whatever that says, I can't really read that from here. Logopolis, 6, Curse of Fenric, 5, 4, The Five Doctors, 3, Earthshock, 2, Remembrance of the Daleks, and 1, Caves of Androzani, which I don't have, so I can't really give you my opinion there. 2000s, which is the sort of era I started watching Doctor Who, you know, an advocate of the new series, so yeah, exact same layout, as usual. The new series, or the newest, well, the old series one now, but, you know, the first of the new Who logos, basically. Turn Left, which I really didn't like, and that, but yeah. 9, School Reunion, Stolen Earth and Journey's End, which is kind of weird, because a lot of old classic fans hate that one. Silence of the Libraries, Forest of the Dead. 6, Girl in the Fireplace. Dalek, 5, Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways, 4, Human Nature and Family of Blood, 3, Empty Child, Doctor Dances, 2, and number 1, Blink. And obviously, as well, you know, it had Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant at the front, I forgot to mention, and that's, you know, their tenure, the 2000s, so, and that's, oops, and then 2010s, even, the newest Doctor Who logo, and that's just got Matt Smith there, and that exactly same layout as all the others. So yeah, I'm just not gonna go through all the episodes this time. So unfortunately, mainly this is the biggie, really. You know, you got all of these listings of episodes. You know, from number 1. All the way to 241, Twin Dilemma. And it also says 2014 position, 241. It's 2009 position for Twin Dilemma, which was, I think, Colin Baker's first episode. Comment below if I'm wrong. I hope I'm not. But that was at 200 in 2009. But yeah. So, yeah, if you've always wondered what number 1 Doctor Who episode was of all time, of like the date that this was kind of published, it was Day of the Doctor, then Blink, and then Genesis of Daleks. That's like the top 3 best ones. I don't think that Blink should be that high up, but you know, should be a bit lower, but not a lot lower, I guess. I don't know. And then you got a lot more stuff. You got your top 10 or top 12 Doctors, best companions, stuff like that. The rest of this part of a comic, which I haven't read because I've never got the rest of a magazine, WM magazine. But yeah, it's just a must-have really for any Doctor Who fan. Mainly, I just love the back, the main bulk of it was that table, really. I just love looking at that table, you know, just thinking, oh, you know, because then I can always, you know, if I'm buying a new classic Doctor Who DVD, you know, if I think, you know, if I'm a bit worried that it might not be that good, you know, well, X amount of people have voted it as that good, you know, but, you know, people's opinions are different, you know, and I think that's the beauty of both the biggest pro and con of Doctor Who, you know, it's so big. You know, there's a lot of controversy whether or not you think, you know, Blink should be number 2 or not, or whether or not, you know, Genesis of Daleks should be number 2 rather than Blink, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, well worth £5, I think. It's a well written, well done magazine, and I highly recommend you pick it up. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.